what's happening, what it is. Welcome back to the Millennial Masterclass podcast, serving all millennial issues. All of them. Remember that issue you was talking about from the past? We serve that shit too. It's a whole thing. Welcome to episode 42. I am one of the three hosts. I am Tris. I'm posted up in New York right now, in Harlem, checking it out. Before I pass it down to Harlem, yes, Harlem. That's the proper way to say it. Everybody doesn't know that. That's
actually cute. I like that.
That's a little cute,
Harlem.
That's cute.
I don't know if that's the real way to say it, but it felt right. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, but before I pass it over to my lovely co-host, I gotta ask y'all this question: did y'all play the lottery?
Yeah, my mama got us tickets. We splitting it down the middle.
Goddamn. Okay. All right.
That's what you say. Your mom gonna be like, shit, that ticket was in my name. Sorry, lady.
Nah, she know what it is.
People change when they hit big. People change when they hit big. It might be your own mama. People change.
Is she really gonna change that much? She just on the next day she'll be like, I don't know any of you peons. Fuck out of here.
I'm her caregiver. I'm her future caregiver, so she know what it is. She ain't gonna switch them now.
She can afford a lot with those bills.
Exactly. She can change. Like I can afford real care. I can afford a whole team. She's gonna have a whole team of young men, a whole team of young men, strong, muscular men out here.
No,
yes, can we lift
holding her up?
Exactly.
She's never taking a foot on the ground. They're just holding her up.
Exactly. Can I tell you something real quick? Y'all just remind me of something. So, like, last week, she was getting all dolled up just to, like, go run some errands or something like that. I'm like, what you put on makeup for? What you doing? She was like, you never know where I might see him. I said, who is him? I said, my daddy gone. Who is him? She's like, I just, I was like, what are we talking about here? Who is him?
Didn't you? But hold up. Isn't that a little wild? Because didn't your father have kids before y'all? So she at least got to even it out. She at least got to even
first
it out.
First of all, she's way past the age.
Ain't having no goddamn kids.
They can get a dog together. They can get a couple dogs together. They can get a couple dogs together. Like that, just even it out. They got to even it out.
Leslie got a new dog brother.
Exactly. Right. So, when I was younger, I used to ask her, like, how come you don't want to have any more kids? She said, y'all two were enough. I ain't having no more. So it's like, at her big age, she definitely ain't having none. But, child, I just thought that was so funny. I said, my daddy, he gone. What you talking about? Who was him?
He's not gone. He's not gone at all.
I know that's right, Mama.
You right.
Exactly.
Right.
Get dressed up. I love it. I want to see it.
I feel like we name it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say this weekend, I went to the hottest party of the year. I went to my cousin's 90th birthday party.
That's a hot party.
It was really nice. Like the theme was like going with like a royal theme. So it was like blue and golds and silvers, something that I would do for my own party since blue my favorite color. But it was so good seeing family. Like, she basically lived at the end of the street that my grandma lived on. So it's like my mom and them like grew up with her kids. We grew up with the grandkids. So I went to school with like my cousins and stuff. It's like, known them my whole life pretty much. And so it was good seeing family. It was good seeing all my church family and everything. So it was a good time. Mama and I, we went, my little forever plus one. So we had a good time.
Oh, that's cute.
We love it. We love it, man. Shout out to her. Happy birthday. 90 years.
Yeah, we call her Mama Doris. So happy birthday, Mama Doris.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her.
Sean, what you do this weekend?
My weekend was pretty chill.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, damn, what did I do? Okay. But my weekend was pretty chill. Last night, I actually went to this event at Howard Theater I thought was really nice. This woman, author, Black lady, 33 years old, love her. Her name's Alex L. Alexandra L. And she wrote
Is that a pen name? Or is that her real name?
Yeah, that's her real name.
Okay. It just sounds like a name of a beer. It sounds like a beer.
But it's L like Leslie L. Like E-L. Yeah. Like
okay. Love it.
Yeah. She wrote a book called How We Heal. And it was basically this event where it was her and a Black woman therapist were talking about the motivation for the book, the healing process, deep diving into that and stuff. And we all got a little free copy of the book. Really nice.
I love that.
It was really, really nice. I had to unpack that whole fucking thing in therapy today because I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Have you read the book yet? Have you started reading it at least?
She just got it last night.
Yeah, but she might have started reading it already. She might be a few chapters in.
All I did was go to work and therapy today.
I'm about to say she had to work, yeah.
Maybe on her lunch break. I don't fucking know.
No, I didn't read it yet, but I'm definitely going to start reading it this week for sure. Because
let me know how it is, because I'll definitely get that. Let me know.
Before we move on, I got to give a quick shout out to the runners of the New York City Marathon. I attended the New York City Marathon for the first time like in my life, and it was a hell of a spectacle. 50,000 people competed and ran 5 boroughs, ran 26.2 whatever miles it is.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how many miles is it?
26.2.
26.2.
26.1.
Whatever.
I was walking. I ain't never walked 26 miles.
Well, I mean, well, it would take you about 8 hours to walk it if you just walked at regular pace. But like generally running it, most people do it in about 4.5 hours.
So one of the other podcasts that I listened to, shout out to See the Thing Is, with Bridget Kelly and Mandy B. Bridget has been training the last 4 months to run that. And so she's literally been talking about it each week, like, with her trainer, with the nutritionist and running and everything like that. And just how like mentally and physically and emotionally, how like exhausting it's been, but how like accomplished she feels, like pushing her body to the limit in order to complete this. So kudos to them, because baby, I be done at the 5.
I mean, we were there to see one of Taylor's friends. No, but you know what? Everybody was crazy with it, because you have several waves that go. So you have like the people in wheelchairs go an hour before everybody else. Like, yes, there's somebody that pushes somebody in a wheelchair 26 miles. That person right there is a real MVP.
For real.
Okay? After that, that's when the elite heat goes, right? So these are the people that are competing, right? Apparently Kenya has swept all the relays this year. And apparently for like the last 6 years, but whatever. Go Kenya.
That's fast.
Anyway, but this dude started out right. He went hard. He was on pace to like finish at like 2 hours and 2 minutes.
That's
like
insane.
Right. He got to the Bronx and fucking collapsed because he just
So wait, was that Taylor's
collapsed.
Friend?
No. This was somebody else. This was the Kenyan man. This was the Kenyan man.
Gotcha.
And he just got to the
2
Bronx.
2 hours or 26 miles? That's insane.
Yeah, you're talking about like 3:30 splits on the mile, like 3 minutes and 30 seconds on your mile.
Ain't no way.
Well, not 3 minutes, 30 seconds, like 4 minutes.
Your
like
bones would break. Like, what? That's crazy.
That's wild.
Unless you're Kenyan.
To the limit. Well,
Unless you're Kenyan. Apparently, I don't know what is in that water, what is in that bread, what disease came through there and changed them. Because that is fucking wild. Like, literally, it's the woman that won and the man that won, both from Kenya. And they have been for like the past, like all the relays this season and for like the past few years. So Kenya just be dominating.
So is it where they let the folks in the wheelchairs go first, and then it's by like the fastest? So like if you're going to run it so fast, you go in that heat, and then if you're like a little slower, then a little slow. Okay, gotcha. I'll be in the last group. Put me in the last group to go.
Because you want to give them an approximation of what you think your time will be, and then they schedule you from there. So like the majority of people, all day
before sundown.
I'm gonna make it by tonight.
Okay.
At some point, they're not going to be there to receive you, so you need to get there.
As long as you make it there, that don't matter who saw you. You made it.
Next morning, because it's daylight savings time, so we got an extra hour. So by the next morning, you will see me across that stage.
Y'all need to stop. I'm gonna say this though. After seeing it, because like I've been around marathons, but I never really went there to watch what I was emotionally.
You want to do it now?
I do think I'm gonna do one.
Lord, I knew it. I'll cheer you on. I will make a special
I did a 5K and I felt hella accomplished.
Girl,
that's nothing. A 5K.
I'm sorry, just because my things are not as high as yours, don't try to come for my accomplishment. Because
no one is coming for your 5K.
What I'm saying, girl, that ain't nothing. It is something. I felt very accomplished.
Was that the AIDS walk that we did at Howard? I did that.
It was a run with Kevin Hart. Oh. Kevin Hart joined us in DC, did this run.
Oh, he ran with y'all. Did you slap?
Yeah, he ran with us, and then at the end, he gave everybody high fives and shit. Whenever we was crossing the finish line, it was cool.
Oh, that's dope. Now, see, that actually makes the 5K dope. That part right there is what made the 5K.
Not the 5K in itself, because that's not doing enough.
I don't give a fuck what Tristan talking about. I did that, but anyway.
You did. I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me meet y'all in the middle then. Let's run a 10-miler together.
Let's start the show. How about we start the show? Because
what the fuck? What?
Better idea.
Nigga, I just told you I was happy that I ran 3, and you want to go to 10. Why we didn't go to 5 or 6? Why we go to 10?
Because they don't do them in those type of increments. It's like the 5K, you do a 10-mile, a half marathon, or the full marathon. We can
start a Millennial Masterclass run.
A Millennial Masterclass 5K?
Sure.
Let's start the show. We really need to start the show. All right. Anyway, we got the news for the streets. We got the news that the streets have been needing and shit. We got a lot of it this week. Some sad news too. I know we got to start out that way, but
damn, somebody died again.
Yeah, but you
a few people, but
you know what? It's time for the bulletin board. Take it away.
All right. So in level up news, level up. Okay, I named it that because that was the slogan for this season for the Astros, and they just won the World Series. So shout out to the Houston Astros.
Okay, fuck the Astros. Fuck the Astros because they cheated.
What?
No,
me too. Tristan, fuck the Astros.
Because they cheated. You're a Phillies fan. I get that. So respect.
They ain't cheated this year.
Not this year.
They didn't cheat this
it don't
year.
matter. It don't matter. We're not talking about the past. We're talking about this season.
Right. But wait, there's an addendum to that. They cheated, and I ain't like it because, nigga, when you steal and they know you stole, you got to return those goods. They didn't have to return that shit. I ain't like that. That's number one. But
did Tom Brady have to return after Deflategate and all that stuff?
Yeah, but that was different. The score was 45-6. Ain't no flat ball in any world.
It's the same across the board.
Ain't no flat ball in any world ever affected the score. No 45-6. 45-6.
Accountable. We're not picking and choosing. Either you're gonna do it all across the board, or you're not gonna do it at all.
It don't work that way. It really doesn't. And they never proved it. That's the first thing. Number two, they proved this. They proved it. Number two, shout out to Dusty Baker winning his first World Series. He was the Cubs' old manager, and that's my uncle's friend. So shout out to Dusty Baker for winning the World Series. That was all I wanted to say. That was it.
Good for them. She should have won. Okay.
Yeah, show enough.
Anyway, they had their parade today in downtown Houston. So shout out to the Houston Astros. Come on, Texas, hold it down. All right, moving right along for y'all say something else. All right, so the next story, I titled Taken Too Soon. So, of course, we're going to have to say rest in peace to Takeoff, 1/3 of Migos, because I don't want to get it wrong. But, yeah, last week was a lot, especially on Tuesday when this news broke and then heard about DeVito's son right after that. I felt like it was just like, Tuesday was heavy. DeVito's 3-year-old son drowned in their pool while him and his wife went out.
Yeah,
the nanny was watching the nanny and the chef, and he drowned in the pool.
Are they trying to file charges against that nanny right now?
So apparently she went to take a phone call and left the kid
child neglect, put her in
the living room, and came back and didn't see him. Thought that he was in the kitchen with the chef, so she didn't think to go look for him until the chef came out. And then she was like, "Is he with you?" She's like, "No, I thought he was with you." And then they searched around the house and then found him outside in the pool. So 8 people were arrested to be questioned and stuff like that. I don't know what's happened since then. I'll have to go back and check, but. So he was literally just had his third birthday, I think, last month. So super, super sad.
I don't think the nanny should go to jail, but she definitely can't be a nanny.
It probably was an accident.
Yeah, you can't be a nanny ever again, though. Like you no longer can be a nanny. I think that's fair.
I don't even know. I think that's fair too. Like as a parent, it's like I don't even know. But we're talking about Takeoff right now. But RIP to
Kershnik Kari Ball.
That sounds about right.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah. So, as we all have heard by now, he was shot around 2:30 a.m. last Tuesday outside of a bowling alley in Houston called 810 Billiards and Bowling. And it's like I've actually been around that area before. It's like an outdoor kind of mall area. So, like, it has like a nice little park in the middle. It has like, railings and stuff like that. So they were outside of the bowling alley shooting dice. Why? Don't ask me.
I'm not surprised about that. That's not surprising at all. Okay. That makes sense.
People hanging out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Rich people do the same shit we do.
They do. They just do it on a larger scale.
Yeah, we rolling dice for $5. They ain't doing $500.
Yeah.
That's true. So Takeoff and Quavo were playing dice. I've seen different videos, different angles and stuff like that. And from different accounts, what was said, Takeoff was kind of like chilling in the cut while Quavo was playing dice. And Quavo and another gentleman started arguing over the game, but then it also turned into like a basketball conversation. They were just arguing about.
That makes sense. That sounds standard.
Guy stuff, yeah. So from there, it's when things like hit a breaking point where Quavo and whoever he was arguing with, some fists got to swinging, and then next thing you know, like shots got to ringing. It was like really quick how it escalated. So it appears that multiple weapons were fired, striking 3 people. Of course, Takeoff was the only one who was pronounced dead on the scene. The other 2 people were taken to the hospital.
Oh, so So
as far as I read, they're
okay.
still alive. As far as I know, they're still alive. Takeoff was either shot directly in the head or around the head to where, you know, he immediately went down. So they were all in town celebrating Jazz Prince's birthday, who is Jay Prince's son, his second son. There's Jay Prince Jr. and then there's Jazz. And as we know, Jay Prince is founder, owner of Rap-A-Lot Records, and they have the whole Mob Ties thing. So while they're saying Jazz was not there at that time, they're saying like he had left, like I guess after the party ended. And mind you, this was only a party of about like 40 people. They said that's why there was no security, because it was just supposed to be like 40 of their like closest friends and fam, like just hanging out type of thing. And it's crazy. I saw an Instagram video of earlier in the day when like Quavo, Takeoff were in the car with Jay Prince Jr. and another gentleman was in the car, and Jay Prince Jr. was driving, and he just had the gun just sitting on the seat. They just driving. This is on the Instagram story, just driving, just cool or whatever. And there was another video of another gentleman who was with their entourage, and he had a gun on him, and that's who they suspect as a hitman, because in the video of like you can see Quavo arguing with somebody, you can see Takeoff here, and then the gentleman is here. You can see like his hand on his gun as they're arguing. So they're suspecting him to be the shooter, but I don't know if he's been taken into custody or anything like that. I think they're still looking for him. So it's a lot of stuff going around. Of course, people have their opinions. A lot of people are upset with like Jay Prince and his son, saying like, you know, this is supposed to be your city. Why didn't you like watch out for him? Why don't you protect him?
And jump in front of the bullet?
Well, so there's a lot of like nuance with that when it comes to that whole Jay Prince thing, because there is a such thing as like it gets real deep. I fell down a deep rabbit hole learning about this, because like growing up in Texas, like you kind of hear about stuff and you're like, oh, you're supposed to like check in, you're supposed to fear this person, you're supposed to whatever, they're supposed to watch out for you if you check in.
That's a lot of places though that they claim that you need to do all of this.
But some people don't give a fuck about that. So if they don't give a fuck, then they don't give a fuck.
That part. But
everybody's not abiding by no damn rules that are made up. Like,
well, the crazy thing was though, after his body was on the ground, Jay Prince Jr. literally like stepped over and walked away, saying like, "F that, don't ask me about nothing," just kind of walked off. So now people are like speculating, like, was this a setup, or do you just not care? Like, what's going on? So there's a lot of unknown answers out there. They're still trying to piece together what exactly happened, who exactly shot, how did it get to this point. So I'll have to keep y'all posted as more information comes out. But they did just announce today that his funeral will be this Friday when this episode drops, and it'll be at the State Farm Arena. So, and it's supposed to be like televised where people can watch it and stuff. So again, we'll have to keep the family in the prayers, the Migos, the friends, the label. It's just really, really sad. And as you know, like Quavo was Takeoff's uncle. They have been inseparable since they were little. So I know he's taking it super, super hard. So just a sad situation. I hate literally reporting almost every week at this point another rapper has died or another black man has been shot or killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really, really sad.
28 years old. That's what kids are. 28 years old.
That's insane. 28.
I tried not to look this one up too much because I just knew if I'd read deep enough, I'd have a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like,
there's plenty out there.
Because I was like, if I read into this enough, I'll be able to put a story together. I was like, I can't even. I'm
telling you, you'll fall down the whole Mob Ties, Rap-A-Lot, Jay Prince rabbit hole, because there was a lot of that.
I'm over here rapping Biggie, not from Houston, but I rap a lot, packed together a lot, flavor about to drop. I'm like, that's appropriate for this right now. It's just terrible. But yeah, you know. So what else we got on the docket, man? What else is on there?
But can I just say that
go ahead.
People really need to stop sharing videos of people being dead. Don't fucking send me no video, because people sent me a fucking video of Quavo on the ground. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Oh, take off on the ground and Quavo over him?
Wow, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's not take another one. Let's
wildin'. But take off like on the ground, his dead body. I didn't click it because I read the title. But
like, was this on? Like, you mean like this was just a link that just came to your email? This wasn't like somewhere.
No, my fucking cousin sent it to me from Twitter.
So
like, it was everywhere.
Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked, shared it, but I think he eventually took it down because people were like getting on him like, this is insensitive. How could you? Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
but
what
then
the fuck?
It carried over to Twitter, and it was floating around Twitter. So yeah.
What the fuck? People don't. I don't think people that really think that like life is real a lot of times, because if that was your fucking family member or that was like, how would you feel about that? Like they just feel like, I guess celebrities don't have real lives or real feelings or aren't real people. I don't know, but that's weird as fuck that we're doing that.
They
That's
just want
very
to.
weird.
They just want to put it out there first. They want to break the news. They want to have the best like account for what happened. Like people don't care about, like you said, the people's families and how they're affected. They just want to be first. They want to be the best. They want to be the loudest. You know what I'm saying? Like they.
But you can tell somebody that somebody died without you having to show a dead body on the ground, or like those people that was trying to sell
because the thing is that
Kobe's fucking helicopter that crashed and shit.
Right.
That's sick. Like that's sick to me.
But it's like, but the thing about it is that in this day and age, it's like, if you don't have a picture, did it actually happen? Like
that's not true. That's some shit we made up. That's not true. And it's
people say it, but the thing is that that's how the media works.
That's like
because it's media. You got to share the media. So like in their mind, if they don't have a picture, they're like,
people been dying since the beginning of time, and we don't need a picture for that. Like that's not true. That's not true.
And definitely got to do it legally, because you see what happened with the police with the Bryant case, you know, sharing that and everything like that.
And
so
I would have took their asses to jail.
Because at that point, that's still an open investigation, you know?
Because fuck you.
Yeah.
And I'll take a picture.
Because she didn't even know, like,
fuck you. That was fucked up.
That's the thing that they don't think about, though, when they're like trying to be the first to share this and put this out there. The family doesn't even know yet. His mom.
Yeah, a lot of times they have no idea.
Yeah.
Bro, I found out that my grandma died because my sister saw it on Facebook. My sister called me like, "Oh, dang, your grandma died."
Shut up.
I'm like, dang. I mean, I knew she was in hospice, so it wasn't that much of a shock because I knew she was in hospice. But like, damn, bro, damn, she died like 9:00. By 10:30, my sister called me. What the fuck? Like, y'all put shit on the internet. Shit's not cool. Like, that's weird to me. Whatever. This is a crazy world that we live in.
Or is there anything else?
I do have one more.
Oh Lord, what is it? Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. I know exactly what this is.
All right, the last one is Twitter takeover.
Hey.
I initially named it terrorizing Twitter, but then I changed it to Twitter takeover. All right, on to Twitter takeover. So, as we all heard, Elon has officially acquired Twitter. He closed a $44 billion takeover deal, and basically last Friday was his first day, and he got rid of a slew of people. Like, you know, normally when like someone comes in as a new CEO or a new head of a company, they kind of like take their time, get to know people,
they fire a lot
keep
of people.
out the scene.
They fire a lot of people.
No, they don't. They come in and start getting budget cuts so that they can get fucking raises, and everybody else gets fired. And I don't understand why people be idolizing these rich people. Do you see the kind of shit that they be doing? In order for you to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire status type shit, you have to do shit like that.
Last Friday, he came in, he fired Twitter's general counsel, chief financial officer, and chief executive officer.
That makes sense.
Niggas thought they had a new boss and everybody got fired.
People were scared to lean up to it because they knew it was going to be something.
But that's uncomfortable as fuck.
You gotta fire those three people. First off, I need my own set of lawyers. Y'all niggas got to go. Financial officer, nigga, I'm not gonna let your old ass count my money. And then chief executive
How do we know
officer.
He was old?
Because you're the old regime. Get your old ass out of here.
Oh, you saying old like that? That's me old in age.
Already here.
Oh, it's probably somebody old too. You know it is.
It is probably somebody old. They're not trusting no mid-30 motherfucker with all that money.
Exactly. And then the fucking chief executive officer, nigga, I'm the boss now. Get the fuck out. Yeah, so all them niggas is gone.
I'm sorry, because all them niggas was riding for the last owner.
Right.
I'm not that owner, so I kind of...
Get out. Get out.
The top people would have had to go. And,
you on Elon's
that happened in politics and shit too.
Yeah.
Like when we go from Republican to Democrat House and shit, people gotta go.
Whip change, Speaker of the House change, everything changed.
People
President of the
gotta go.
Senate change, all that change. Get the fuck out.
So y'all ride with Elon on this?
Yeah, I do.
No.
I do. I would have done it. I've done it too.
I did not say that. What I said was some people would have gotten fired.
Indirectly, you riding with Elon. Okay.
What Sean is saying is that if I bought Twitter, I'm firing all them same niggas. That's what she just said.
I'm firing those people. Yeah.
Okay. So how about this? He also conducted sweeping layoffs throughout the company, eliminating roughly half of Twitter's employees, and he sent it.
And that's wow. I'm not doing that.
He sent it via email. It was a one-liner with a meme of him, and I think the meme said something like, "You know, you're getting fired at stage like there," or something like that. And that was it. through email.
That's an
Elon move.
That didn't
That's a really
happen.
big thing.
That didn't
happen.
That's not real.
Because you have done a lot
That's
of
illegal.
fucked up shit.
Isn't that illegal? You can't do that.
Yeah, so
you don't know what state it was in? I'm like, you probably do.
It's in New
York.
York.
You know the rules of that state?
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
No, they are saying it's illegal, and so they're now trying to
why would he do something so illegal? I feel like his team should have fucking told him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that really happened. I think people were just talking.
That doesn't make any sense that he would.
That didn't happen. Like, you don't run all these other companies and then you're going to do this. That don't make no fucking sense.
He said, time to leave the nest, you're fired. Wait,
that didn't happen.
He didn't fucking say that.
That didn't happen.
That's what he sent out. No, plenty of employees were on TikTok showing what they sent out, saying like, last night when I tried to log in or this morning when I tried to log in, I didn't have access anymore. And then they sent an email saying, you're fired. And that's why they're looking into possibly bringing up charges against him because they're saying this is illegal.
But do we know he's the one that actually sent it, or that wasn't like some motherfuckers that are like, oh, fuck him?
Whether he sent it or told his people to send it, it was sent on his behalf because he's taking over Twitter and getting rid of the old employee.
Well, what I'm saying is he don't have access to the servers. He just got them. That's what I'm saying. So if someone sent that out on a company server, I would assume they need to have inside access. And I'm just gonna be like, that would be an easy frame move.
He's definitely gonna blame that on somebody. Somebody about to get fired, and he's gonna say they the one that sent that message.
Yeah. I'm saying, because if I was leaving the company, I might send that shit out in case of Elon. I'm like, fuck him. Fuck everybody, y'all getting fired.
I was actually real quick. I was just reading this fucking Twitter thread about how IT people be getting fired from their jobs and shutting off.
Did I say that to y'all?
Yes.
That was
you sent us. That shit had me crying. Like,
why would you not? Why would you not?
No. If I was the IT and y'all unlawfully fired me on some bullshit, but nobody fucking working. We shutting off every computer in this motherfucker.
Every light, everything. We shutting down everything.
The lights, everything.
They using Wi-Fi.
Clogging the toilets. We doing everything.
The toilets? Are you wild for that? That's wild.
Oh, one thing that got people in an uproar. He is thinking about rolling out a software update that charges users for their blue verification check. So he's thinking about charging.
So would it be for anybody that got the money, or you still got to be somebody and then pay?
How do you even get the check in the first place?
It was for like prominent people, so like well-known like celebrities, political figures,
I know that.
Stuff like that.
But like, what makes you prominent over a certain amount of followers? What?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe like
I think that
100,000 followers get you a check.
So I think it's number one status of like who you actually are in the world. But like with a lot of these like reality shows, like I said, my friend Nancy is on Love is Blind. Like a week after the show aired is when she got verified. Before that, she wasn't verified. So I think it's like, depending on like if you're on a reality show, they kind of like release the floodgates, you start getting more followers, and then they'll give you a blue check. I think it's like different stipulations. But what he's looking to do is charging people $8 a month to maintain that blue check. So now you're going to have to start like paying for the status, basically, if you want to keep that blue check.
From somebody who just fired all them people, but now he's trying to figure out how to create more income from a website that already generates millions of dollars. You see how greedy people are?
Well, he said that Twitter has been losing like $40 million a day.
They've been losing a lot of money.
Which is why he had
probably because of these kind of things. So you think that Twitter's losing money, so you decide to charge people $8 for a goddamn verification? That's like Netflix talking about shit is changing, but then they changing up their rules. Like, nigga, you about to make us drop our Netflix account. Like,
that's what people are doing with Twitter. Whoopi Goldberg just today said she's done with Twitter. Like a lot of celebrities are starting to say like,
Whoopi used to tweet.
Apparently, I don't be on Twitter like that. I only use Twitter to tweet about our show and then just to go see what people are saying about like a show I'm watching in real time because it just makes it funnier with the show that you're watching. But I would gladly delete my Twitter because I don't have that many followers on it anyway. So
I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, that's all I have for y'all. I feel like that was enough. So I'm going to keep my ears to the street and report back next week.
Welcome to the meat and potatoes of the show. Today we have an illustrious guest on the show, a man that has been in one career, then in another, and then found a home and a career to entertain the masses. So give it up for Mr. Keith Holliday. Welcome to the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. That was actually a really good introduction. The best one I've ever had. Thank you.
I mean, we do what we can here, brother. We want to uplift. We want to uplift millennials. We don't want to bring them down. They do that everywhere else. Up. Like like a lift bra, raise the titties up.
All right.
Up.
There it is. I knew it was coming. There it is.
I dig it. Hey, like Chance the Rapper say, hey, gas me up. I'm with it.
And he made a Chi-Town reference. Talk about it. See, that's what I like. That's what I like to hear. Well, welcome, sir. Thank you for stopping by today. Your sis Les hooked this up, so shout out to Les. The producer. We appreciate you.
I'll do what I can.
Man, she cool.
You're welcome.
When she, I didn't say thank you, did I? So
it was in your mind. I know it's about to come out. I just jumped the gun.
Okay, let's stick to the script.
I love that you're drinking, making use of that. We used to all drink on the show, and then we had to stop. But it's okay. It's all right. We were more productive when we stopped. It was okay.
I dig it.
But we're gonna play a little game today because you are a thespian, and we know that you're well aware of your craft, and we know that you have the info. So we're gonna play a game leaning in your favor. So now this game, actually, I can't take credit for it. Brian Tyree Henry, I saw he and his good buddy Sterling play this game, and we're gonna yes indeed, Paperboy, yes indeed, and we're gonna play this game today. So this is how you play the game, right? So we're gonna play. I think we're gonna have. I'll go against you, and then Sean is gonna go against Leslie. The ladies are gonna go first because that's just what we do. We do things here that way. So basically, what it is now they can either start with an actor's name or the name of a movie. Now the next person has to respond in the inverse. So if I say Tom Hanks, then you would have to say a movie that he was in.
Okay.
Right. Boom. Now Leslie has to name another actor from that movie.
Oh.
Jenai.
Right.
Oh, shoot. Wait, this is practice round. Never mind. You just explained that because I had to. I was ready. I was like, okay. I get it.
So
interesting.
It is. So we're gonna play for it'll be for 3 misses. So whoever misses 3 times, then right, and then you'll go head to head with the person who won in our round, and that'll be how it goes. Okay.
So I would say like the name of a movie or the name of an actor to Sean, and then she would throw it back to me, and I would throw it back to her, and we go that way. Is that how it?
Right, but it has to be in the inverse. So if she starts out with a movie, you start and you go actor, and then you go another actor right from that movie, and then they go back and forth. Okay.
And if I can't think of anything, then
you miss.
I lose that round, and then we start.
And she gets the point, exactly. And you're going for 3. We need 3, like rock paper scissors, 3 times. You know what it is.
Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. Oh, best 2 out of 3 rather. So if she wins 2 times in a row, then we can do it that way. Okay. Are we ready?
Oh, I should have had a list of stuff ready. Goodness. Okay.
Y'all said y'all wanted to play. I asked you about this. I told you about the game.
We didn't know the in depth. Okay, let's just go. We're ready. We got it.
Okay. And we'll go with we're gonna start with Sean, and you can either start with a movie title or an actor's name. You go right ahead.
Okay.
You got to speak up, darling. We can't hear you.
Shit, I didn't know I was gonna go first. Halle Berry.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Halle Berry.
Oh, okay. You sound far away.
Okay.
Monsters Ball. Oh my God. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
I don't know who else is in there.
Of all the work that she has done, that's the one thing.
She won an Oscar for it.
I didn't think you were gonna go there.
Which is crazy that you know 2 actors that are in there off the rip.
But she already missed it. She already said she don't know.
She did miss it. I'm gonna say Diddy and Billy Bob Thornton. They were in there. You could have gone with those.
Oh.
Just gonna put those down. But now it starts with Leslie because you missed. So now Leslie, you go right ahead.
Okay. Shoot. ATL.
T.I.
Evan Ross.
She said T.I. You gotta name a movie.
You gotta name another movie.
Oh, I thought we were going back. Oh, okay. Sorry. So
that's a miss. That's a miss.
Well, no, I didn't understand.
That's Sean's point.
No, I thought we were going back and forth on all the actors that were in the movie.
Girl, we explained these rules a bunch of times.
But when I asked the rules, I said, okay, so when she said something, we go back and forth with the actors in the movie. That's not fair. I misunderstood.
We're gonna let it go to our guest. We're gonna let it go to our guest. Does he think?
I think that is a miss. That was already our second round.
That really was.
Would you like a redo?
Yeah.
I'm not voting for a redo because that means I'm
because she wants the point. Just give it a point. I'll give a pity point.
That's fine. Cool. This is the tiebreaker.
An actual point.
This is the tiebreaker. And for the tiebreaker, I'm gonna throw one out. and the first person to say an actor, then the next person has to respond with a movie. Okay, so I'm gonna name a movie title, and the first person to name an actor from that movie, right? And then the other person has to respond, and then y'all go back and forth. Okay. Mm-hmm. The movie is Jumanji.
Kevin Hart.
Right. But you're not playing, bro. You're not playing.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta disclose. Are we talking about now Jumanji or then Jumanji?
I am talking about Jumanji. I was talking about the current Jumanji, so Kevin Hart is fine. You say Kevin Hart, so now Sean's got to respond with a movie title. There we go.
I said think like a man.
Boom. Now
Taraji
you go.
P. Henson.
4 Colored Girls? Shit, I don't know.
She wasn't in there.
Was she in there?
No, it was a different Tyler Perry.
No.
Oh.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't in that.
She wasn't.
All right. Well, shit, Leslie, you're the winner.
Woo!
Look at that. You won the first round.
Thanks.
You won the first round.
Oh, and whoever wins out of y'all, I'm going to battle that person?
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, I like this game.
Oh,
now that I understand it.
All right, Mr. Holliday. We will let Sean. You're gonna preside over this round, so you'll be giving us the movie. In the third round, if we need it. But yeah, sir, you can start. Go ahead.
Okay. Blood and Bone.
Oh, Michael Jai White.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay. Why did I get married?
Tyler Perry.
Don't Look Up.
Shit, he wasn't there. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Inception.
Tom Hardy.
Y'all are good.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Christian Bale.
Shaft.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Samuel L. Jackson.
The Incredibles.
Craig T. Nelson.
I don't know if that's true.
Craig T. You got me on that because I want to say
he's the voice of Mr. Incredible. He's the voice.
So he would be. So he would be in Men in Black 2 then. Was that the same person?
No,
okay,
he wasn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, that was a good round.
That's good.
That's impressive.
I'm gonna let you know I've never lost this game.
Got you. I can tell.
I'll let you know.
Because as soon as I said Blood and Bone and you actually caught on, I was like, damn, this is going to be a long one.
I've never even seen or heard of that movie.
No, Blood and Bone's a decent movie, man. I like prison fight movies. Those are good times.
Yeah, Blood and Bone's pretty good, man. It's on Netflix, Leslie. You might want to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to add it to my list right now.
Yeah,
storyline's not real strong, but it's good.
It's really not. It gives Tubi. It gives Tubi.
Come on, I love Tubi. Me and Sean be going back and forth sharing the Tubi movies, so I'm here for it.
That's real.
I told you I was looking for you on there. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna start this one. I'm about to go hard on this one. I shouldn't go this hard, but I'm gonna go hard.
Just go.
It's gonna be interesting.
Groundhog's Day.
Bill Murray.
Okay. Stripes.
You said Stripes?
Stripes.
Shit. You got me on that one.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
I've never seen Stripes.
Oh my god, bro! It's so funny. Harold Ramis, bro, hilarious.
I've never seen Stripes, yo.
You should check it out.
I've never heard of it.
I've never seen it. I'm
1981. It's a good movie. It's a Bill Murray movie.
1981. That's probably why I've never seen it.
Before your time. Definitely before Christmas time.
Some of the best movies were made in the 70s, y'all. Y'all need to go back.
No, that's big facts, though. That's big facts. I actually just started watching, so the Colonel, or was it the General from Different World? He got this blaxploitation movie out called JD's Revenge. Shit is hilarious.
Oh, I know that movie. Yes, I know JD's Revenge. Yes.
I think blaxploitation movies were like the funniest movies ever made.
Some of them, for sure. Have you ever seen Cotton Comes to Harlem?
My grandmother watched it. That was her thing, and she always wanted me to watch it as a kid. But I just couldn't get into it. I'm gonna go back and watch it though.
You gotta watch Cotton Comes to Harlem. It's fucking ridiculous.
I gotta write on this shit.
Right? Me and Sean So I go against Tristan now because he won 2 out of 3.
You
I'm
do.
about to lose.
You do, but because we'll make this fair, we're gonna let these two, Sean and Keith, decide the first movie, the first name. So y'all can.
Okay.
Y'all can.
Well, we gotta type it in like a.
Well, just one person throw it out.
Yeah, want somebody throw it out. Yeah.
Ladies
I was just
first.
gonna say the color.
Okay,
purple.
I'll go first.
The color purple. No, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, then.
Leave it to Sean. No, we should have left it with Sean. I could get with that. Something I ain't never heard of.
Leslie, I was trying to look
I
up.
know. I appreciate it.
Superfly.
Which Superfly?
Trevor Jackson. No, it's just like Jumanji. You just throw it out there. You say name. I said Trevor Jackson.
See?
Okay. All right. Trevor Jackson. He is. Fuck. Has he been in any other movies?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think I definitely seen him.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
I got
Got
a
him.
point. I got a point.
I got
I got a point.
Has he been in another movie?
Burning Sands on Netflix.
Yes,
trash.
I remember that.
Oh, that was trash. I didn't see
Definitely
that.
Yeah,
was.
because
remember.
he was
I ain't
smashing
seen
Chris
that
Rock's
shit.
little sister.
Oh,
Good
Just-
for him.
Can we
That's
say
cool.
shows? Do shows count, or has it just be
No, it has to be a movie.
Gotta be
I
movie.
I would have said grown
Yeah.
if I was just
No, I
Right.
thought about that, but I was like, it's because
Grown
it
Ups the
fucks up the
movie.
game if you use TV
Come out.
because everybody does a cameo
Yeah.
on Law and Order. Everybody does a
True.
so-
Grey's Anatomy, all those.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So
I feel you. Okay.
All right, I guess yes. Throw it out one.
Now
Go
Sean
ahead.
pick.
Space Jam.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. I got it first. Michael Jordan.
No,
I
you
heard
didn't.
Leslie.
I said it first. There was a lag. I said it first.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what's popping here? Okay.
That's what I heard.
So what?
If you can't
Oh
think
no,
of
he had
another
to
movie.
name something Michael Jordan was in. Gotcha.
Well, if he's been in another
Good
movie.
luck with that.
Wait. No. They for sure did a whole movie about this. Fucking.
Documentaries don't count.
Luke Longley's documentary because
Documentaries don't count.
It's a feature
Documentaries
film.
don't
It's a
count.
feature film. If they released it in a theater, it counts. If
You
it was
talking about The
released in a
Last
theater,
Dance?
no, I'm talking about
Oh.
Luke Longley's documentary that they did for him, especially back right after The Last Dance was done. They did it for him. Is
Mm.
I
Luke
didn't look
Longley's
this up to
documentary?
verify because I don't believe
Yeah, I
it.
don't know what
It's
is.
true.
I got
It exists. I
got
watched
my phone
it.
right here.
Oh, okay.
I watched
Okay.
it. Luke Longley's documentary is a feature film. They released that. Yes, Luke Longley's documentary.
Okay, so you said
That-
that's so Luke Longley.
Let's do something
Luke.
I know. Let's do another one. 'Cause
Longley feature film. Damn. That was actually The Playbook. That was the only films that Michael Jordan was in. Space Jam and The Playbook.
But he didn't say the name of the movie, so does that count?
But isn't it called
no.
Luke Longley's? Isn't Luke Longley's name on the title though?
Let's see.
His name is in that title.
No, it's not.
Dang.
Inspired by a true story, The Playbook. Faith can be the difference between being good and being great.
That's fine. Leslie can win the game. That's fine.
Hey,
I lost
I'm
the
a
game.
winner. If
And
I win nothing else in
That's
life.
his first loss.
It really is. It
Yeah.
really is.
Good for
Like
you,
low key,
Leslie.
this shit was tilted in your favor, but that's fine. I accept a loss. A loss is a loss.
Yeah.
How was it tilted in my favor?
So
Because
you're
what
welcome,
else is
Leslie.
gonna
I
be?
appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, Tristan, you can say my twin is the only person who ever beat me at this game.
I will
It's
tell
not like
no
a
one
true
about
loss.
this.
Because when you
I'm
win,
not-
I win. When I win, you win.
I mean,
Always
that's
looking out for
real,
you.
and that's
Appreciate it.
real. But like, I don't have to tell nobody. It's gonna be recorded. They're gonna see the shit. So I'm not probably
True.
gonna tell anybody. They just gonna have to come watch it if they want to find out. That's their business at this point.
That's real. All right, that was
But-
fun. I like that game.
Yes.
I was worried about y'all with that game for a second. I really was, but y'all.
I
came
was
through
worried.
it.
Especially when I didn't get it. Because I thought we had to name other people from the movie that they said. So, like, when I said ATL, she said T.I. I was ready to list, like, everybody who was at ATL. That's where I misunderstood.
Yeah,
I
no, 'cause
got
the thing is,
Lauren London. And all
I
that.
was Lauren London, Evan Ross, Malika
No,
Hawk, her
no.
twin, all the
when you
Khadijah
said
Hawk.
Evan Ross, I was like, is there a movie named Evan Ross I don't know about? That sounds like a movie title, though. Evan Ross. Yeah.
It could be. It could be. All right. That was fun. Let's go.
Aren't we getting ready to get started?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We are, man. So let's jump right into it. So I know we got some questions for you here, sir, because we don't want to take
Okay.
up all of your time. But I think we're going to let my twin jump off the diving board first.
Okay.
Oh,
right ahead.
actually, I was going to let Sean do it.
Oh, Sean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think she has
my
some
bad.
burning questions to start it
I didn't know
off
she
with.
had the calm. I didn't know she had the calm.
I'll just
Go right
go,
ahead.
I'll just go.
Are these the questions from the script though? Because you said burning questions. These might
Might be
come
a
off
wild
the.
one. Might be a wild one. You got to
Listen,
be prepared.
stay
When you
Ooh-wee.
sleep
ready.
ready, you ain't
Stay
got to
ready.
get ready.
Boom.
But
This
no,
this
really.
like improv with acting, just off the cuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're gonna take it way back. We're gonna take it way back to start off with. When you
Yeah.
was a child, what did you dream you were gonna do as a career?
When I was a child, the first thing I remember telling my mom I wanted to be when I grew up was a judge.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
I didn't.
Like you saw Judge Dredd and were like, oh fuck yeah.
No. Nah, it was my influence, my inspiration was actually Thurgood Marshall.
Oh hell yeah.
Because I remember I had to read a book in first grade about Thurgood Marshall, and what connected me to him was that he was a class clown, he was very talkative, and he always got in trouble with his teachers. The same thing, it sounded like me in the book. And his teachers, what they would do as a punishment would make him recite I want to say it's the Constitution. And I remember my teacher, Miss Wallace, when she found out that I read the book, she tried to make me do the same thing, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck that." No,
she wanted you to recite the preamble. It was just the preamble, or she wanted you to do the whole thing.
No, she wanted me to do the whole thing, like the whole Constitution. And I looked at her and I was like, "Yo, first of all, it was basically a choice because it was either learn the Constitution, memorize it by heart, or have my mom come up there, because my mom told me she if I ever like got in trouble again, she would beat me in front of the class. I was like, yo, I'll take the ass whooping for 200, Alex. I'm okay.
What? Really?
So,
shit, I would have been reciting my ass off. That is
no, because I already knew I don't give a damn about this. But but that was the first thing that I actually wanted to be when I grew up. At some point down the line, I didn't start wanting to be an actor until I want to say like my sophomore year in college.
Oh, okay. So what did you want to be when you went into college? Did you still want to be a lawyer? I mean, a judge? No.
Yeah, I wanted to get into law, because I saw like how a lot of things was going down and like primarily for like us as a people. And I was like, man, it'd be dope, like, fight for our people. But I also wanted to play football. So it was like really a toss up between the two, because I realized that I was really good at debating, because I joined the debate team when I got to high school, but I was also really good at football. So football basically won me over because of some stuff that happened in high school with my class. They had like a class that teaches like law, and some stuff I didn't agree with in there, like with the teachers, and I basically flunked out of that joint. So basically won over with football. Then when I got to A&T, that's when.
Were you a linebacker?
Nah, I was actually a wide receiver in high school.
Okay.
I was a wide receiver in high school, and I was trying to play free safety. I was actually better at safety than I was at high school in wide receiver. But my coaches were, one of them's passed away. I ain't really trying to talk about them, but needless to say, they shouldn't have been coaching. So,
I got that vibe.
But at that time, man, I used to always make people laugh. I would always memorize movies and do stuff like that. And it wasn't until I like sophomore year in college when I actually got like a passion, like, yo, I would love to act, but never knew how to start.
That's real.
Yeah, I really like hearing this journey about how you moved from one thought process to the next. That's definitely really interesting.
Thank you.
So when you were in high school, it never crossed your mind to be a part of any plays or things like that they were doing in your school?
Yo, you want to know what's funny? In DC, I went like middle schools, and I don't know how it is everywhere else, but in DC, certain middle schools go up to ninth grade, some of them go to eighth. In my when I was in middle school, we had an eighth grade play, Romeo and Juliet. And I remember being in this one elective with my history teacher, my social studies teacher, Ms. Wright. And Ms. Wright saw my gift long before I could even realize it. And she moved me from her class to my English teacher's class, who was actually doing the whole Shakespearean thing. And I thought I got in trouble, and this was punishment. But she
Mhm.
was like, we kind of want you to do, Romeo and Juliet and play Mercutio. I
Oh
never,
shit! Wait a minute.
yeah.
How
So
old were you? How old were you?
I was about 13.
And she
Wow.
wanted you to do the Queen
So
Mab speech. That's intense, bro.
yo, check this out. So I had to do the whole Queen Mab speech. Now, mind you, this was the Romeo and Juliet, like Leonardo DiCaprio type joint.
Mhm.
So I had to learn the whole Queen Mab speech, and I had to do the entire face off with him and Tybalt. So um, it's crazy because one of my homeboys now was actually Mercutio as well. So I thought I was just like his stunt double, like I just do like the fight scenes and stuff, not knowing that he and I are like splitting time and
Mhm.
everything. So it eventually ended up being like I'm like full time Mercutio, and he was just like, if I'm not there, then he does it. So when we did that, we went to like the Folger Theater. We, displayed it there, won some awards, and joint was dope. And yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun time. But then when I got to high school, back to Sean's question, when I got to high school, I didn't do any plays. I was actually in a humanities section in my high school, but they ain't never really put me in plays. I wanted to be, but they ain't never really put me in none. It was all you know. So
Yes. It was all rum chata. We get it, brother.
I see what you did
All
there.
rum chata.
it was all rum chata.
No, we get it.
Mhm.
We
Gotcha.
Oof. So now we're in college, right?
Now
And
we're
you're
in college.
deciding, I'm about to move forward with this acting career. Were you
Mhm.
scared?
No, I wasn't. I took a theater class because I needed a grade to get eligible to play football.
Mhm.
And my main thing, I wanted to go to the NFL. Like I was like, yo, you can't tell me I ain't going to the league, bro. I'm tall, I'm athletic, I'm fast as hell. Like you cannot tell me I'm not going.
In what position though?
They actually moved. I walked on as a wide receiver, then they moved me to tight end, then they moved me to outside linebacker, which was all over the place. So
I
at
knew
this
you were a
point,
linebacker. I called that
yeah,
shit. I was like, you're a fucking linebacker. I know a linebacker when I see one.
So needless to say, when scouts are actually looking at you, you actually have to win, and we weren't winning at the time.
Mm.
So yeah, A&T was trash when I was there, football wise. But I took a theater class, named Donna Bradby. It was lit. It was a dope time. And that was when I hit her up. I was like, yo, I really think I want to get in the theater. And she tried to move mountains to move me from mass communications to theater. It didn't work out. Needless to say, I couldn't get in. I had to go through like a hearing and stuff. So I just chilled on it. So I didn't start acting until post college, like when I turned like 32 or something like that. So like total like damn near 10 years down the line, that's when I actually started like doing it.
Mhm.
So from A&T, I just wished to get into it, but it was what it was.
Look, all things happen at the time they should.
Facts. Absolutely.
Amen.
That's a fucking
So-
proverb right there.
So you say you got into acting at 32, but let's back it up a little bit to when you and I met
Oh
at
my God, bro.
Enterprise in
Oh
the
my-
trenches together at the airport. When I
Dog.
tell you, we got memories. We got when I tell you, me and Keith was in that return lane together, just
Yo.
suffering, but trying to
Yo.
make the best of it.
Struggling. You Yo, what a time, dog.
Yeah,
That was
it was the best of times, but it was the worst of times. Like we
man,
made the best
worst
of
of
it.
times. I swear, yo.
I
it
feel
was
like I
so
never heard
crazy.
you say it was dope. I feel like I never heard you say
Like,
the
not
words,
one
"Oh,
time.
we had a good
No,
time."
no, no.
Like I never heard that.
Dope
I
because
never
of
heard
the
that.
people. It was dope because of the people I met that are
Facts.
literally still some of my best friends to this day. Like
Facts.
you, Rodney, Eves, Cara, like some of my day ones because of the doggone return lane and airport.
Not y'all
Jocelyn.
trauma. Y'all got trauma bonds and shit from
do.
Enterprise.
Exactly.
Yo.
Exactly.
Yo, look.
Exactly what that
Yo, it
shit
was
is.
crazy.
Enterprise
It was
trauma
crazy. It was
bonds.
crazy.
Like
It was
that's
so
wild. That's really
Like
wild.
Enterprise was crazy, yo. When I first got on, all right, so I'm gonna keep this very light because it came from a real dark place. But when I got on with Enterprise, I'm gonna keep it real light. But my best friend, my closest friend, Jameson, he was working at Enterprise. I think he was like an assistant manager at the time. And I was I was living in Greensboro still, trying to find. I couldn't find work. Nothing was going right. I was working at a call center, making next to nothing. And I was just like, I got home one day, and I was looking at. I had Church's Chicken. I will never forget this. I had an 8-piece from Church's Chicken for like $5.99, bro. Like when it was at that moment, I realized that my life needed to change, yo. So I was.
That'll do it. That really will do it.
For $6?
No, because he went to churches. He specifically said churches. You got to understand.
Not Popeyes, not KFC.
Like he went to churches.
Not Bojangles.
Like I'm gonna help you out.
Right.
I'm gonna help you out.
I don't think I've been to churches before.
My grandma lived on 35th Street on the south side of Chicago, right? Right. There was a Popeyes, there was KFC, right? There was a church. It was like the biggest one in the area. Nobody fucking went.
God.
You knew his shit was rough.
Went there.
If niggas was at churches. Because there was a time where you could get 5 pieces of chicken in churches for $2. Okay, that's
for $2.
Right now.
For $2.
Okay. 5 big ass pieces. Big ass
baby.
He's not lying.
That was not chicken. I'm telling you, that was not chicken.
It was a baby arm in there somewhere.
Yes, we know.
Look,
and that.
Look, that was a good ass baby arm. You hear me? That baby arm was good as hell.
Oh my goodness, that's a humbling experience.
But yo, so I'm sitting there in my living room with this Church's Chicken in my lap, and I'm like, God, I'm not loving where I am right now. I'm not even liking where I am right now. The relationship I was in, has completely drained me in all facets. Mm-hmm. I need a way to get home and just rechannel and figure out some stuff. It was sure enough, my homeboy Jameson called me and was like, yo, it's time for you to come home. Never heard Jameson talk like that before. And he was like, Slim, I can get you home. I was like, well, how you gonna get me home? He was like, yo, you gonna have to work with Enterprise. I'm like, bro, I already applied for Enterprise down here. And they said, no. He said, that's a different region. Apply. I will get you an interview and we're gonna get you hired. Sure enough, I applied. I got the interview. So I drove up, stayed with one of my homeboys. The interview went real shaky, and they was like, well, we're gonna hire you anyway, and such and such. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So when they hired me, I ended up at in Clinton, Maryland. My branch manager, oh my God, I hated her.
At least the last
name. My bad.
You good. She ain't gonna hear it.
Yeah, you're right. So
I kind of want her to hear it. I kind of do, low key.
But I'm not gonna say I hated her. I just didn't like her managerial style, and
I get that. Yeah.
Like the things that I've seen her do as a manager, I didn't agree with, and I was like, yo, that's really not how you handle your employees. But let her tell it. It was the complete opposite or whatever. So when I had the opportunity to go to the airport, I was like, yo, I'm with it. Like, yo, sign me up. I'm down for it. They was like, well, they did everything to kind of like sell me not to go. But I was like, yo, I don't care. If it's better than here, get me to the airport. So I get to the airport. That's where I met Leslie. Everything's cool. I stay there. And then I start playing football on a professional level. I started playing arena football. And then that's exactly what the dog said. And so I'm playing ball, and you're only at the airport for like a certain time. Then they send you
like
back,
4 months.
Yeah, and then they send you back to home city. By that time, I'm there for like 6. So they've been trying to get me. They've been trying to move me out. So I went to our area manager. Her name was Dia. Dia was cool. I was like, look, this is the situation. This is where I'm at. I'm not trying to manage a store. I'm not trying to manage a rental department. None of that. I'm really trying to pursue football. I'm trying to go far in this. See how far I can go professionally. Is there a way we can go from being an MT to a SCAR? A SCAR is yeah. Go ahead. You can do it because I don't.
I was just gonna say it's because I did the same thing. So I went from being an MT to being a SCAR. It's a senior customer service rep or something like that. I did that because I went back to like cosmetology school. And so I needed the airport hours to be flexible so I could go to school in the morning and then, work at night. And then after I graduated and got my license, I just decided to like keep doing that or whatever because the schedule was working for me. Like I worked like 2 to midnight, Sunday through Thursday. So I had Fridays and Saturdays off, which I could hang with y'all. That's why y'all saw me so much and stuff like that. So so I was like, yo, Keith, if this is what you're trying to do, like just talk to them, see what they say. They'll probably let you stay because they need return lane agents. Like they needed us and we were good. So it's like they wouldn't say no. So go ahead.
So Dia gave me she was like, yo, you sure this what you want to do? I'm like, absolutely. She was like, all right, cool. Let me make some calls and I'll see what's up. It couldn't have been no more than 24 hours. Like I was probably still on my shift and she was like, yo, you're straight now. I was like, all right, bet. So now I needed to talk to them. I'm like, yo, can I take a look at my schedule? Because usually you're supposed to work, you're supposed to flex during the week so you can work on the weekends because that's the biggest time. And I'm like, hey, is there a way we can just do Monday through Friday because my games are on Saturday and I'm gonna need Sunday to rest and recover? She was like, well, that's kind of pushing. And I'm like, yo, you got X, Y, and Z. Just have them work on these days. Like, mind you, I'm pulling managerial stuff as a customer service rep, right? And they looking at me. They was like, all right, cool. So I'm working Monday through Friday. I'm in the return lane with Leslie. We chopping it up. We laughing. We kicking it, playing music loud, whatever.
Watching Netflix.
Watching Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Going to the little carry out down in the airport, getting some fries or whatever. And it was love, yo. And then when the other managers came in there, it was like, yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And then I had to leave around January to go to Iowa. So at that point, it was like, now it's time to say goodbye to all my friends, So fast forward, here we are.
So I was going to ask at that point when you had to make that move to Iowa, were you more so scared of leaving your comfort zone or were you just ready to like pursue your dreams head on?
To be honest with you, yo, I was terrified.
Mm.
Like, I was so terrified because I had just moved home, like home. Like I was born and raised in Southeast Washington D.C. Like this is home for me. Like like nothing's gentrified yet. Everything is where I left it, and it's like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm comfortable here. And then when a team in Iowa came calling, and they were like, "Yo, we want to sign you," I was like, "Oh shit!" So like, do I just kind of like, entertain them just enough to get, to elude the fact that, yo, hey, I'm with it, but I ain't really with it, or do I just really like just pray about it and see what happens? And I went to watch night service at my home church, and I never forget like the passage he came from. I forgot. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll never forget the message. And it was really, he came from the story of Abraham, where God told Abraham, leave everything behind and travel to a land I'm about to show you, and leave all your countrymen and everything. And it was at that moment, like it hit me. I was like, yo, this is it. Because I've been praying about it. I'm like, God, if this is really where I need to go, I need to know something. Like, I've never been the one to like, I've been trying to hear your voice, but if you're really talking to me, I need to know. And when my pastor came from that passage, I just had like this peace over me. And I called my agent and I was like, yo, I'm assigned. And sure enough, within like 2 weeks, I'm driving a 16-hour drive to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I'm going through Indiana. I'm going through Ohio. I'm going through Kentucky. It's taking me the long way.
The backwoods.
Right. Mind you, I'm driving a sports car. I had a Mustang. I'm driving that bad boy through a snowstorm. You feel me? So I was struggling for real. But it was at that moment that I realized that, God talks in different ways, not just a soft voice, not just a voice from someone else that you may encounter. He can talk through a passage. He can talk through something you may see on Instagram. He may talk through a song. God will use any and everything possible to get your attention. And it's really up to us to really be soft-hearted and open-hearted and just receive it. You know what I'm saying? So
did you feel that same, like, conviction or that same confirmation from God when it came to pursuing acting?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What did that look like for you?
Hard. It was a lot harder than man, it was a lot harder with like to do acting than it was with football, because what happened to me when I went out to Iowa changed me for the better. It changed me for the better. And I'm actually thankful that I did go out there. It didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out, but it worked out nonetheless. But when I started acting, I've only been in the industry for about it's been a year since last month. It's been a year. I was working at I had gotten a promotion with another company, and I was actually a production manager. I got my certification with Six Sigma and all that stuff. Like, I was grinding behind the door, behind the shadows and everything. And I got with this company out in High Point, North Carolina. Everything was good. I was the youngest manager on the team. And then the agency that I was with at the time, they sent me an audition for season 4, episode 6 of Atlanta, starring Donald Glover, Lakeith Stanfield, and Brian Tyree Henry, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been striking out with auditions, Leslie. Like, I was striking out with this agency. I was like, yo, I don't even care. F it. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the audition. So I went in, I take the audition, when I looked at the script, I was like, oh, it's a one-liner. It don't even really require me acting. So I was like, all right, cool. So I went in, did it, sent it off, didn't think nothing about it, went back to work. I was sitting here playing Madden one day after work, and my email goes off and it says booking Atlanta. I'm thinking somebody had messed with my booking app for my hotels.
Yeah.
And so it would. So I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it in further detail, and I'm like, yo, J-Mo, let me call you back, yo. And I'm reading, I'm like, oh shit, I booked Atlanta, like season 4. And I'm like, it's crazy. I've never seen the show, never had cable to even watch the show, but it was on Hulu. So I was like, well, let me touch up on it and check out the tone. And I was like, it's just perfect. Now I see how I booked it.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back the next day. Now, mind you, I live in Greensboro. I had to drive to Atlanta. I had gotten booked. Let's say I booked that shit on like Tuesday. I had to drive to Atlanta Thursday to take my COVID test because we were still in the pandemic. So So when I got to work Wednesday, I told my plant superintendent, I was like, hey, who was a brother,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, John, this is the situation. You don't know this, but I'm an actor. I do short films and stuff like that. And I just booked this role. It's a big role. For me, it's a big role, and I have to be down there I have to drive down and take my COVID test on Thursday. I know it's a day in advance and it's short notice, but I was wondering if by chance I can go ahead and make that drive. And he was like, yeah, I never forget. He said, I don't care what you do as long as the production line is running. That's perfect. So I had everything lined up. I had all the materials, all the paperwork. Everything was done. I had my 2 supervisors I had already hired. They already knew everything they had to do. I knew how to run the line even without me being there. Like, I knew everything that was supposed to be ran, that we just ran, and that we're about to run. Like, I had that thing like the back of my hand. Mind you, I've only been there for like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, I take my COVID test. Everything's good. I go down the book. Everything's straight. One of my quality control officers, he calls me and he's like, yo, such and such up here trying to say that you ain't here and da-da-da-da. So I've already nipped all that in the bud to carry that.
Mm-hmm.
I get back, and within a week's time, I get fired.
Oh no.
I got fired. And they were like, hey man, they was like, yo, it's not working out, blah, blah, blah. And I figured something was up because I came in there and I changed the entire culture of the workplace. At the time I was like 35. I was literally the youngest manager on the team. And I'm like, yo, I don't agree with that. And that doesn't make sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. And so basically I ruffled a lot of feathers they gave my job to one of my supervisors. So I already knew like, oh, Niggas is backdooring me in my, you know what I'm saying, in my absence. I already knew that, you know, some snakes out here. But before all that even happened, I remember praying. I was like, God, I would love to act as a career. If this is something that I'm supposed to do, then God, I'm gonna need you to move to where I have no choice but to do it. Didn't even think about the prayer.
Yep.
I got fired, and I sat back that day, and I was like, shit. Well, I prayed for this. So that's when at the time she was my girlfriend. She's my wife now. But I was like, yo, thank you.
Wait, y'all got married already?
We cheer for that.
Y'all got married and then y'all gonna celebrate? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know. You ain't tell me that, Keith. I thought y'all was still just engaged.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we actually.
Come on, husband.
That's right.
Okay.
I told you
So,
we cheer
yeah,
for that.
so
we cheer for that. That's important.
So we did it in secret. We did it in secret.
Secret's out.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, secret's out now.
What is it? This is really like, I feel like this is full circle. Like, I feel like you just Romeo and Juliet this shit. You're like, we're gonna get married.
Well, they don't die. Let's not wish
They
they
don't.
we don't die.
No, they're old. No, well, actually, it's symbolic. Their old selves died and they were reborn.
Okay, I see
It's a
what
whole
you did
thing.
there.
I see what you did there.
That's deep. That was deep.
So I'm sitting here and I was like, babe, I think I want to pursue acting full time. And she was like, well, and it was this was when I realized that that I was going to marry her. She was like, well, babe, if you're really going to do it, then you need to put your feet down, like to the floor, and start running and do it, and don't regret anything.
Come on.
And
You love a woman that encourages.
I was like, bet, say less, because my last relationship, it was on some stuff like, yeah, nah. Like if I told her I want to do something, she was like, well, if you do it, then I ain't gonna do this, or do it, like do what you want to do. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's how we going. But when she said that, I've been acting for about a year and I ain't looked back. Like it's been, don't get me wrong, as a working actor, it gets taxing, but it is rewarding nonetheless. So yeah.
Good. We love that support. Come on.
Right.
You can do anything with a good woman in your corner now. Come on.
You feel me?
Let them know, Leslie.
Talk about it. So I have a couple questions. Time it is. Do you know what time it is?
There ain't no better.
Not the time to marry a white man, apparently. Let's get
What
into
is going on today?
Yes.
Oh my God. It is time for research.
Shout out to Black Love.
Sean, take it away. Are we trying to not do it? Don't seem that way. I really don't.
Leslie's so goddamn funny. So, in our music world, we got a little bit of buzz going on. Did y'all know? First of all, did y'all watch that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show?
Of course. Loved it. Waiting for season 2.
Starred the fine ass Coco Jones, who has a new song called "Why Didn't I Tell You?"
A new album.
That's Hillary, right?
Album?
Coco Jones is Hillary, right?
A new album by Coco Jones.
Yes.
I love her. I'll be watching her little videos with Terrell and stuff.
I love them together. They have
love them.
natural chemistry. Like they are legit best friends. They are so freaking funny. Like I love them.
Love them. How do you feel about her album? Did you give it a listen?
I did. The Terrell Show. Look it up on YouTube. He does like song association type of stuff with different celebrities, but it's super funny. But yes, I did listen to it, start to finish. It's a cute little album. I think it has 6 or 7 songs or something like that on it. But like content is great. She sounds great. She looks great. Like I want Coco to win. I want her to have all the things. So I'm here for it. I'm a fan.
Shout out to my chocolate chick. I love her. And she is so beautiful. And she's a really good actress in that little show. So I love her.
Every time I saw her, I thought it was Normani. And then I was like, oh, that's
I can see
Normani.
that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see
I just thought
that.
it was Normani. And then I was like, who the fuck is Coco Jones? And I had to look it up. I was like, oh, yeah, she on the show. It was cool. I might need to get another pass on the EP. But it wasn't bad. It was definitely not bad. It's worth a listen. But I don't know that it's going to make the rotation just yet. I'm going to have to give it another spin too.
Give it another one. I think it'll make it.
Maybe. But on another realm, for the male side, Division came out with an album. I don't know if y'all like Division and what they got going on, but Division came out with a new little album, Working on My Karma. Are we loving it? Are we hating it? What we doing?
I love their titles. All the titles are always dope.
They always do.
Not just the titles.
That should be clever though.
But what about the song?
Like, even What If I Get Caught? I was like, goddamn, bro, that's bold, but all right, it's an interesting choice. I like it. It was cool. I mean, again, might need to wait on. This has been the flattest one for me, at least so far with their music. Like, it was just the flattest for me. So
you're not the only person that said that.
Like, maybe I need to go back again. Maybe I need to listen to it a little different. But this one just didn't feel real interesting. You know, I normally they have the kind of peaks and valleys, and it just felt a little flat. You know, like not bad, just flat.
Was it because of like the content? Because that's what the other person I was talking to basically said. Like they just feel like it was just surrounded by like cheating and coming back from this and that. They just felt like the content was just kind of like.
No, that wasn't, because that's what all music is made about in one way or another. Like that's just you talking about love on a song, just another side of it. So what? No, I just meant the actual sound of the music, like sonically. It just didn't feel. It was just kind of, you know, normally their beats are normally like, I don't know. It just like normally it grabs you. It didn't really nothing grabbed me.
Well, you know, this one was produced by JD and Brian Michael Cox. I believe they were like the EPs of this one, if I'm not mistaken.
That's part of the problem. They're doing too much. It's doing too much. It's doing too much.
Should have stuck with what you know.
Right. You can have 1985 there. Use him. Use him. Like they're two people. Division is two people. It's not just one dude.
The producer and the singer.
Yeah. Right. We know that. That's why we keep saying they.
Right. So like I just felt like
when they first came out, I did think it was just Daniel. I'm not gonna lie, but then when I learned, I'm like,
that's real. That's real. That's super real. That's super real.
Shit, when they first came out, I didn't know that shit said Division.
Right. I thought it was DVSN. Right.
I think we all was like that.
I saw the Division sign and still.
I still said it. No, it's on the first fucking album. It's on the first album. It's on the cover, and you still even
funny.
Still said that shit. So I mean, I don't blame you on
because let's be real. The first time you heard I won't let you pull out. What's the name of that song?
Oh my God, that was
right.
That was actually the first Division song I remember.
Right. The first, but did not grab you just the way the beat came in. You had
come on,
right? You had the little minor. You had a little bit of dissonance in there. Too deep.
That's what it don't wanna.
But right, even with right, he was crazy for that. I was like, nigga, you insane. But
a little old me.
Wow, he's clearly
that's
insane.
A threat. You're actually trying to threaten my life, and I'm gonna run.
He's actually insane. But I respect it. You
crazy.
You spoke your feelings. You spoke your truth. I respect it, but you're crazy.
Ladies, don't ever let a man tell you he want to put a baby in you. Run. He's trying to threaten your life.
Yeah, definitely a gem.
But my favorite song off of this one is "Take It Slow" because they got that John Legend sample and then that like New Orleans sample, and I was like, I love this little like mashup that you're doing with it. That's my song.
I gotta give it one more pass through. I think maybe I didn't listen to it at the right time of day. I definitely didn't listen to it in nocturnal time. Because they make nocturnal music.
I was listening to it last night.
You can't listen to that shit in noon. It hits different.
No, you know damn well.
No, it don't matter what day. No, they got a church song in there too. You know, they got
Beyonce had a church song on her album too. That don't mean you listen to it.
Beyonce don't got no church song. It just so happened to have the word church in the title. Not a church song. But moving along to the movie world. Till just dropped recently the movie about the mother of
face.
Well, I don't know what that was.
Emmett Till.
I don't know. I didn't know what Tristan did. I'm like I know who it was, but Tristan got me fucked up. I don't know what was
I was about to be worried.
So yes, the mother of Emmett Till. So you ain't see Tristan doing that?
I did. I did.
I'm like, bro, you don't see that?
You paused and like you didn't know.
Don't pay me. Right. I was confused.
No. Emmett Till. I couldn't focus because I was looking.
Or his shenanigans.
She don't pay me no mind.
Anyway, the mother of Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mamie Till Mobley. Shout out to her.
Tristan, I ain't gonna look at you no more.
No, fantastic film. I wish I could think of the lady whose name directed it, but a black woman director. And she made a very specific point, like in the trailer, which is the reason I had to go see it. Because what I was thinking about, I was like, I don't want to see another thing where we getting beaten down and shit like that. And she was like, there will be no images against violence against black people in this film. So they was true to their word. There was no images of violence against us, but they just did a good job of telling the story and really painting the picture and really educating those who don't know the story, and then taking time to really put some spotlight on her and like what she had to do and how she had to really, seize that moment and what she really did for us all by, showing her son's body. Now they did show the body, they showed the body, and the body looked very real.
I seen it at the African American History Museum.
Yeah, man.
I cry every time I go to that exhibit.
I didn't go in there more than once. That's kind of.
I mean, because
I went in there 3 times just because I took my mom and then my aunt, and then
I've been a lot.
Anytime I took someone else, I didn't go in that room. Yeah, but I've been to the museum probably 5 times. But I'd be like, can't do this. But
it was a great film. Everybody should go see it. It's a little long. Like it's
over 2 hours.
It's almost 2.5 hours. But no, it's a good movie. There's really no wasted scenes in there. There's a couple art house scenes where you're like, all right, I get it. You can make a movie. We know you have some skill. But but other than that, no, it was a good film. Everybody should go see it. Very well acted. And homegirl who played Mamie Till, she was in The Heart of Their Fall. I can't call her.
She's also the sister in From Scratch, so she getting booked.
Oh no, she did fantastic. She did a hell of a job. The guy that got to play Emmett Till, he was okay, but he did what he needed to do.
He plays Dylan in All American. He's Spencer's little brother.
Yeah, that's right.
American.
Yeah.
That's who they got to play.
Yeah,
I like Dylan.
Yeah,
I like Dylan. I like All American.
But again, it wasn't really about him. It was more so about Mamie, and she killed that shit. Killed it.
Mm-hmm. So you would recommend it?
Oh, fuck it, man. Absolutely. Yeah. We're gonna give it 2 thumbs up.
Okay, good.
I'm not quite certain about a number. I think maybe 7.7. 7.7.
Okay. So exact with these numbers.
Like 7.32. 7.43.
Round up, it's an 8.
Because everybody can't be an 8. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be an 8. Like,
that's real.
Somebody got to be a 4.2. Somebody has to.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's real. But luckily this was 9, and we definitely recommend everybody go out and watch Till.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Speaking of the actors from Till, you said that one of the actors was on From Scratch?
Yeah, so
which is blazing the Netflix streets. Everybody been talking about it.
It really is.
The woman who plays Mamie Till plays Zoe Saldana's sister on From Scratch.
Zoe Saldana.
She be in everything. But so I wasn't even really planning on watching it. It came out the weekend I was up there for homecoming. So when I came back home, my mom had told me that she ended up binging it in one night. She said she stayed up to 6 a.m. watching it. And I'm just like,
how many episodes?
It's 8 episodes.
Damn.
So she had started it late.
Mama was dedicated.
I should have never gave her my Netflix login because she be on Netflix hard now. I told her she got into Ozark. She didn't like
Ozark is the shit though. She need to get Ozark.
Ozark was really fucking good.
Because she gets squirmish and like scared with certain stuff. So I'm surprised she made it far with Ozark. I didn't even make it that far with Ozark.
The story's really good though.
It's the storyline is worth it.
Man.
Yeah, I might tap it again. But back to From Scratch. So it wasn't at the top of my list until like I started seeing some of my friends on Facebook talking about it, how like emotional it was, and how they was crying. And so I'm like, what in the world? So I turned it on, and I will say it was a trigger for me because it reminded me of my dad. And so like I was definitely in here like ugly crying in my room, like not just like because it was just like very emotional for me. But it's a beautiful story. It's a true story. Based on, a Black woman meeting her Italian husband and, their journey through that. And just about like her family coming together, them making amends with his family. So it's a really like intricate story. I say you'll probably cry on episodes 4, 6, and 7.
Damn, that's out of 8?
And maybe 8. You might cry on 8 as well. But a lot of people are seeing the hype on social media and people crying and stuff. So they like start watching it and they're like by episode 3, they're like, man, I'm not crying yet. I don't know why people saying da. If I see it, I mean in the comments, episode 4 will do it. Episode 4 will do it. And then from then on, it's like, but it's a beautiful journey. They have such a beautiful connection. So overall, I think it was a great series to watch. I believe it is just going to be a 1-season thing. It's like a limited series because it's based on the book that she wrote.
For the best, I'm sure.
So stupid. What's your take, Tristan? I know you're going to say something.
No, you got it. Go ahead. Preach on, man.
I mean, that was all I want to say because I don't want to tell her because she does plan on watching it. It's a beautiful story, but you will most likely cry. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to give anything away. I just
felt like if you took Eat, Pray, Love and Under the Tuscan Sun and kind of mashed them up, like there we go, long form, we got the movie. Like I'm sorry.
But it's a true story. It's her life.
Okay, and there's a lot of true stories I don't give a shit about. There's so many true stories out there that aren't great. Like, look, I understand for people that are looking to, have those feels, and that's wonderful for y'all, and I'm really happy. And you know what? If you need a hug, come, I got you. Let's go. Let's just do the thing. But no, I didn't. I started it and I couldn't even. I fell asleep. I was like, I'm okay.
Not falling asleep.
I don't know that I'm gonna go back. I don't know that I'm gonna go back. Like, is it
what
really that good?
Were you on?
I was watching the first episode. I put it on and then I just nodded off.
You gotta get back. You being a me.
You acting like Leslie. She'll watch it for 10 minutes and be like, no.
If I watch this
they
shit,
didn't even bring the title up. You know how they be playing a little bit of the movie first and then they bring the title? Leslie won't even get to the title of the movie on the screen.
That is wild.
Before she turned that shit off. Like, and she know I'm telling the truth. That's why she laughed. And she be like, damn, I don't even know what it was called.
I gave
the
it
title
some
never
time.
came up, but I turned it.
It was on for at least 20-something minutes. It was on
you
for
being
a good.
me. Like,
y'all got to give it some time.
You got to give it some time. Because once it really develops, I'm telling you, get to episode 4. Watch it.
I gotta get that. I gotta wait that long to get to it.
But it's good. No, it's good up until that. But episode 4 is when it like hits your heart like that. Because really, like this could be any of our reality.
I can marry some Italian man. That can't be my reality.
No,
that can't be my reality.
It's a badass death.
It's not possible.
Based on the love story and what happens, it's like
that we could marry a white Italian man.
No, the love period. Like y'all are both in happy relationships and stuff like that. It's based.
I don't know that I'm really into Italian men like that. That's not really my shit.
You should try.
I don't know. Maybe it'll work out.
I'm okay on that.
One more show on our Netflix series. We've been talking
about. Is it the Wings Saga?
No.
I
don't know what that is.
It's actually The Watcher. Did you guys watch The Watcher?
No, it's on my list, but
I haven't seen it yet. It does look decent though.
It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I watched all of the episodes, and I still not ever. Maybe in the past couple months.
What's the long title that we watched that was weird? The girl across the street.
The girl on the corner across from the river down the street from the bar. It was something so crazy.
That was the weirdest show we watched.
And then she got fucked up by an 8-year-old. That was insane. That was insane.
Oh my mic.
But no, The Watcher, just really quick, is a
oh shit! That's gonna be on the next blooper reel. That's gonna be on the next blooper reel for a second. You made the reel, girl. You made the reel. You made it. You weren't sure. How the light go off too? God damn, what you do? I don't know. The light went off. The mic went off.
Leslie just screaming, my mic! Oh, my mic!
Okay, we back. That was hilarious. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
With all that Leslie got going on, The Watcher is about these white people that buy this multi-million-dollar house, and they have somebody called The Watcher that's watching over their house. So they start sending them letters in the mail like, "Hey, Gwen, I'm watching you. I seen Billy and Jill, your kids, see that you like the da-da-da-da-da. I see you are living in this house."
So that service automatically comes with the house that they bought?
Nah, it's a weirdo person writing them and sending them letters in the mail.
Ugh, that's weird.
So then they read the letters and then, what the fuck? The person never really threatened them per se, but they keep writing them letters talking about how they're living in this house and they know their kids and they know what's on the inside of the house. Like just weird shit. The whole fucking, it's about 8 episodes. Every episode you thinking somebody else is the Watcher. Every motherfucking episode. I got stressed out. Watched the whole thing. Still don't know who the fuck the Watcher was, but it
So it's gonna be like a season 2?
And probably. They left it where it might be a season 2. But apparently this was a real story. And there's a lot of conspiracy going on because some people think that the person who the story was written about, maybe he was writing those letters to himself to try to get out of the mortgage because the family couldn't afford it. Or my light don't fucking work. I keep trying to press this fucking button. Okay.
Everybody
wait a minute. Will that get you out the mortgage because someone is writing you letters?
I guess saying that it was an unsafe situation.
But
I don't know.
In the lease? Did you negotiate that? Like who thought to be that specific? If a nigga sends me weird letters in subsection
there's a
B.
lot of conspiracies though about what actually happened. Like, was the husband really getting a divorce? Or, were they really getting a divorce? Was the husband having an affair? Was it his side chick? Like, so many weird-ass conspiracy theories.
And he bought the bitch in the house? Oh, he crazy. He's wild.
But this is what really happened.
He wild for that.
Oh, I was wondering, why the fuck is there... This is the third gnat I just seen in my room. I put my window up. I thought the screen was down. Screen ain't been down this whole time. That's why bugs was coming in here.
Gnats can get through the screen, though.
Ugh. Okay. But I would definitely recommend people watch The Watcher. It was weird but interesting. Weird but very, very interesting. Definitely would recommend it if y'all need something to watch for like 7-8 hours.
Okay.
I mean, I'm here for it. I'm definitely curious now that you said that. Low key, I feel like maybe we should make our own Watcher. We should just write to somebody and be like, "Hey, we like your apartment building."
If we just fucking started writing letters, but it would have to be an apartment that we know the inside of. So
all you need is a layout plan. All you need is a floor plan. You go right on apartment.com.
Get the floor plan. One of our friends.
Like, I love your 500 square. I love your 500 foot.
Do that to somebody in BPP and see if they're gonna say something inside BPP. Like to see if they say something.
Oh, that would be funny as shit.
Yeah, they listen to our podcast, y'all. That they gonna know.
No, because
they know who really listen and who don't.
Exactly. Oh,
well, fucking no.
Wow. This is gonna be a good time.
Play a trick on all the motherfuckers.
So are we gonna do the
whoever don't get it? That mean they wasn't listening, motherfuckers.
Fake friends.
Oh man, we definitely got. I know who we started with first. We're gonna talk off camera.
That's all we got for recess today.
Wait.
Leslie's a hot boy.
Before we sign off for recess,
I do hot cheek income on this
my outfit.
Hey.
Before we sign off for good today, I want to give a shout out to Fate the Winx Saga. I love that little show, and they've taken and I don't think they're going to renew it for a third season. So I want to ask Netflix, could you bring that shit back? It was dope. That show was fucking fire. I need you to bring back Fate the Winx Saga. It's dope. It's dope. It's about these fairies, like they're like witches or whatever. They have like some powers. It's dope as shit. Don't do this. Don't fucking. They have powers instead of Britain. It's dope. I love it. I just want to let them know they should bring that shit back. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to them. Mm-hmm. Come back, Wink.
Winx. WINX.
I've really been over here winking.
We've been over here. We done did 14 winks, but shout out to Netflix. Thanks. Come back.
So that's all then today, then. That's all we had. It's wonderful. It's been a fantastic show. Shout out again to our guest, Keith, man. We appreciate you, brother, for stopping through and showing us how, you got to have some patience in the pursuit of what you want, and you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to make those changes. And again, guys, please check us out on Twitter. Check us out, for sure on Twitter, because I feel like it's live out there. It's live. On TikTok.
Ooh, we can probably afford a check.
Verification.
Hell yeah, baby. Have to get in there.
First of all, if we can get a check off $8, I'm about to have a money phone. You know, people used to have that little...
Right. You got to call me on the red phone today. And then also shout out, and then check us out on all the platforms where you get your podcasts, man. If you don't check us out, then you won't know. And if you don't know, then you trip. It's just all there is to it. True. So until the next time, I've been Trist.
It's your girl Les.
And Shonda Dunn.
And even though the party may change, the vibe remains the same. We out, y'all.
Bye.